King Solomon was the wisest of all men. He had a stunning and a beautiful daughter. Being with a father like King Solomon, she could have married whoever she wanted. She had everything, riches, fame, everything. King Solomon, with his wisdom, was able to see that his daughter was destined to marry a poor, poverty-stricken pauper, a simple man. So he decided to test, so to speak, God. And what he did was he built a tower, isolated this tower from civilization, and he put his daughter in this tower with his few trusted servants in the bottom of the tower to guard it so that nobody will be allowed to enter. And he decided, let's see what happens. It so happens that the poor man who was destined to be her husband, it was winter, he was cold, he didn't have a place to warm himself up, and so he was passing on the road and he saw a carcass of an ox. And he decided to go inside this carcass to heat himself up. A bird came, a huge eagle came, lifted up the carcass while he was sleeping, and flew all the way to the roof of that tower, where the eagle dropped the carcass. So the guy woke up, went out of the carcass, and he sees this beautiful girl living in this tower all by herself. King Solomon's daughter fell in love with this guy, and they decided to get married. When King Solomon heard about this, he realized that this is the concept of bashert. This is the concept of God deciding who you will marry. In this week's Torah portion, we read about the very first shidduch in history. Abraham was looking for a wife for his son Isaac, and so he sent Eliezer to find a woman, and he went and found a woman by the name of Rivka. Now Eliezer was rushed by Abraham. Hurry, hurry, hurry. God made a lot of miracles so that the shidduch will take place very, very fast. The Talmud says that 40 days before a person is born, it's already decreed in heaven who he will marry, who his soulmate is. And so the question is, why did Abraham have to rush his servant Eliezer to find a shidduch? If it's ordained, if it's preordained, as we see in the story of King Solomon and many, many other sources, if it's preordained who you will marry, why the rush? And the answer is, Shema yekadmenu acher berachamim. The Talmud in Moed Katan says that it could be that even though you have a soulmate, somebody else will pray to God from the depths of his or her heart, and God will listen to their prayers, and you will lose your soulmate. Where do we find that this actually happened? With the story of Rachel and Leah. Rachel was destined to marry Jacob. Leah, her sister, was destined to marry Jacob's brother Esau. Esau was an evil man. Leah prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed until the Torah says that her eyes were soft from praying. And so God changed the destiny. She was supposed to marry Esau, and she ended up marrying Yaakov because she prayed hard. It could be in another place the Talmud says that a person will pray hard, he'll lose his soulmate because somebody else has been praying for her, let's say. But he will marry his soulmate on the second round. He'll marry somebody else, she'll marry somebody else, and then when they get divorced, he will marry her on the second round, as happened with King David and Bathsheba. So the message of the story is, you have a soulmate, but you can't sit on the couch. You need to go out, do something, work hard to make sure that you won't lose that soulmate. Good luck finding your soulmate.